Let's talk about self-discipline, but forget everything you think you know about it being a punishment or a chore. What if it's actually your key to personal freedom? Seriously, today we're going to walk through a 30-day challenge that completely reframes discipline. It's not about restriction, it's about turning it into your personal superpower for getting anything you want. So let's get into it.
Here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we have to redefine what discipline really is. Then we'll go week by week through a 4-week journey, starting with awareness, then building systems, learning to punch through resistance, and finally, reaching a point where it's all second nature.
All right, let's kick things off with the biggest idea of all. For most people, the word discipline just feels heavy. It sounds like something you have to force yourself to do. But we've got to flip that script. This isn't about limiting yourself. It's about unlocking who you're truly capable of becoming. This right here, this is the belief that changes the entire game. Think about it. Real freedom isn't just doing whatever you feel like in the moment. That's actually a kind of prison. True freedom is having the power to make choices that build the life you actually want, not the life your impulses want. And that power, it comes from discipline. So what do we really mean by radical self-discipline? Well, it's pretty simple. It's the art of doing the thing you know you need to do, especially when you don't feel like it. It's about closing that gap between what you say you'll do and what you actually do. It turns all that mental chaos and hesitation into clear, focused action. Okay, let's dive into week 1 of the challenge. Before you can build anything new, you have to know what you're working with, right? So this first week is all about a personal audit. It's about being brutally honest with yourself about where your time and energy are going, and then making a real commitment to change. And that starts by asking yourself this exact question. Where are the leaks? Is it that endless Instagram scroll? Hitting the snooze button like 5 times? Is it putting off that one important phone call? You've got to find where you're losing energy before you can start plugging those holes. And here is your very first tool. The 2-minute rule is just genius. It totally tricks your brain, which hates starting big, scary tasks. You don't have to go to the gym. You just have to commit to putting on your shoes and walking out the door for 2 minutes. See, the hardest part is just getting started. Once you're in motion, momentum takes over. All right, moving on to week 2, and this is a huge shift in thinking. We're going to stop trying to rely on motivation. Come on, let's be honest. Motivation is flaky. It comes and goes. Instead, we're going to build smart systems that make doing the right thing the easiest possible choice.
And one of the best systems out there is called habit stacking. It's so simple. You just find a habit you already do without thinking, like making coffee in the morning, and you literally bolt your new habit right onto it. So, after I make my coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. Your old habit becomes the trigger for the new one. It's amazing how well this works without needing any willpower.
So, for week 2, here's your mission. It's all about consistency. You're going to pick just one core habit, and your only job is to do it every single day. No excuses, no exceptions. We're not worried about perfection or intensity here. We're just building an unbroken chain. You're proving to your brain, hey, this is just what we do now. Okay, week 3. This is where the rubber meets the road. By now, the initial excitement is probably gone, motivation has packed its bags and left, and your brain is screaming at you to just take it easy. This week is all about training yourself to push forward right in that moment of discomfort.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. This is the 5-second rule. The instant you have an instinct to act on a goal, you count down, and when you hit 1, you physically move. You launch yourself out of bed, you pick up the phone, you start typing. You act before your brain has a chance to talk you out of it. You're short-circuiting procrastination and building a habit of action.
And that leads us to your challenge for week 3. I want you to find that one thing you've been avoiding, that task that's been hanging over your head. You know the one. And you are going to use the 5-second rule to just attack it. This isn't about feeling ready. It's about proving to yourself that confidence is something you build through action. And just like that, we've made it to week 4, integration. This is where it all comes together. After 3 weeks of doing the work, these actions are starting to feel less like a chore and more like, well, you. You're not just doing disciplined things anymore. You are becoming a disciplined person. I mean, just look at the shift that happens here. Before, you were waiting for motivation to strike, which is completely unpredictable. Now, you run on systems, so your progress is automatic. What used to feel like a restriction is now the very thing that gives you freedom. And you don't run from discomfort anymore. You lean into it because you know that's where the growth happens. So for your final challenge, you're going to make this official. You're going to design your own discipline blueprint. You'll pick your top 3 non-negotiable habits, the things that have to get done every day no matter what. And then you'll build a simple, structured routine around them. This becomes your personal operating system for winning the day. So after these 30 days, what's the big payoff? Well, you've essentially reprogrammed how you operate. Your habits are now built for consistency. You've trained your brain to tune out distractions. Your confidence comes from what you do, not how you feel. And maybe most importantly, you realize that discipline isn't about punishing yourself. It's the highest form of self-respect.
I think this quote from Jim Rohn just says it all, doesn't it? It's perfect. Everybody has goals. Everybody has dreams. But greatness, that's for the people who are willing to wake up every single day and build the bridge to get there, one disciplined action at a time. So if you take away only one thing from all this, let it be this. Stop waiting. Stop waiting to feel inspired. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Real power comes from just starting, from pushing that first little domino. That's how you build momentum that becomes unstoppable.
And that brings us to the end. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. Don't worry about tomorrow or next month. Right now, today, what is the one disciplined decision you're going to make?